As I mentioned, hello and welcome. You are in the Why Accept Membership in Phi Theta Kappa webinar with us today. We have several panelists who are very excited to join us and be here to talk about all things Phi Theta Kappa. And we'll just do a quick round of introductions so that you know who all of us are. And I'll also give you some housekeeping tips to make sure you can stay engaged and informed with the discussion that we're having here this afternoon. So first and foremost, my name is Heather Schmidt. I'm the Director of Membership Services here at Phi Theta Kappa International. And this is the headquarters staff that we have with us today, Sarah and Ariel, as well as one of our student members who is the star of our show, Khalil from Mississippi. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ariel and then Sarah and Khalil so they can all give a quick introduction. Ariel?
Hi everyone, my name is Ariel Charbonnet. I work as the Manager of Member Support and Outreach at Phi Theta Kappa headquarters. I was just about to say where we were located, but I'll let you all take a guess as to where we're located. I'm really happy to be with you all today. I will provide my email and contact information if you guys have any questions. I'll be happy to help. And I'll turn it over to Sarah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for making time to participate in the webinar this afternoon. My name is Sarah Reynolds, and I have worked for Phi Theta Kappa for 10 years, and I work in the College Relations Department at headquarters. And so my primary responsibility is just working with four-year colleges and universities to connect them with our high-achieving student members. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here this afternoon, and I'll turn it back over to Heather now.
Thank you, Sarah. And Khalil, let's have a self-introduction from you if you wouldn't mind.
All right. So my name is Khalil Markham. I am a sophomore at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, majoring in computer engineering. And yeah, happy Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Khalil. And right on time, we have our other star of the show today, who is Anna from Arizona State University. And Anna, I just muted you really quickly there, and I'm going to unmute you in hopes that you'll be able to tell us a little bit about your role at Arizona State University. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to download. I'm traveling going to another event right now. So, and I'm at a coffee shop, so I hope it's not too loud.
Oh, you're fine. Sounds
perfect. The life of a recruiter. So, so my name is Anna Hummel. I want to thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of this webinar, and would love to talk any questions that you may have regarding how we support the students the Phi Theta Kappa students at ASU, so I'd be happy to share any information that anyone would like to know.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Anna. We really appreciate you making time in your very busy travel schedule. We know it's a lot to go on right now, as well as our students. We actually have about 15 in the room who have made time for us during the middle of finals week, so we really appreciate everyone all the way around for being here. And I'm going to hit mute again on you, so if you want to talk, make sure you unmute yourself or raise your hand and I can unmute you as well. Okay, so let's get started with a few housekeeping tips. I promise if you're intimidated by Zoom or you don't know how to use a webinar, fear no more. It's very simple, but the #1 rule is we cannot hear or see you. We can only see each other as panelists. So if you want our attention, if you have a great question for any of us or for ASU, Arizona State University, feel free to use the Q&A box, which you'll locate with your taskbar if you'll hover over that. And you can ask any type of question that's on your mind at any point throughout the hour presentation. Also, we have a chat box, and we'll ask you if you're having technical difficulty, if you can't hear or see us anymore, if you get disconnected, please use the chat box just for those types of concerns, and Ariel will be very quick to address your concerns so it doesn't get mixed up in all of our questions over in the Q&A box. So it looks like we have some people finding that chat box. Welcome and thank you. Yes, headquarters is in Jackson, Mississippi. Very good. That's Phi Theta Kappa headquarters. And we will go ahead and dive right into our content here and get started. So please don't be shy. We're here to answer your questions. First and foremost, you might be wondering how you received a mysterious invitation from Phi Theta Kappa. Why you? We actually get students that call and say, why me? Why did you choose me? And we want you to know that you've earned this opportunity. If you're not a member yet, then we hope you will be. If you are a current member or an advisor or even an alumni joining us today, we hope that you'll find some insightful information to share with your chapter, and hopefully you'll be able to do a better job, an even better job than you already do, as a recruiter and ambassador of Phi Theta Kappa. We're all about offering access to opportunities, and hopefully if you're a member, you feel that you have been able to get a lot of out of Phi Theta Kappa through your skill development. And I think we'll have Khalil provide some great student perspective on that matter very shortly. But again, back to that invitation, if you're wondering why me, I just want to fill you in on who we are and what we're about. So I have the Greek letters here in front of you. Phi Theta Kappa comes from the first 3 letters of the words that are Greek for the English words of wisdom, aspiration, and purity. And so what's important to know here is we do have Greek letters, but we are an honor society. We are not a fraternity. We are not a sorority. Those are some very common misconceptions due to our Greek letters. But we're very proud of those letters because those go back to 1918 when we were founded. So as an honor society, we are very prestigious. We have a lot of history, almost 100 years of history. And we are actually quite similar to another 4-year college or another honor society that's at the 4-year level called Phi Beta Kappa. So also I just wanted to clear up any confusion you might have about those 2 honor societies. Phi Theta Kappa, the one that you're invited to join here, is here to support and serve our 2-year college students seeking associate degree or certificate programs. And quickly, our mission statement: if you do become part of Phi Theta Kappa, as Khalil has, you will represent us pretty much whether you like it or not. When people find out that you're part of Phi Theta Kappa, whether you're wearing a t-shirt or one of those fancy medals that I know Khalil has on, if you want to show off your bling today, Khalil, he'll explain what this medal is all about. But we have students that just get stopped in the hallways or in the airport and they are questioned about their t-shirt or their pin, or maybe someone sees their membership certificate and starts asking questions. So you kind of have to be on your game all the time, no matter what, because someone's going to be asking you a question. And the mission statement really represents what you are now supporting and stand for. So it's important to know what the mission statement is of Phi Theta Kappa if you're thinking about joining. So if you really identify with and believe in this, then Phi Theta Kappa is going to be something you will want to be a part of. We are here to serve and support you, to recognize your academic achievements, and provide you with opportunities to grow as scholars and leaders. So our 4 hallmarks, which you'll often hear, and they are on this little inscription around the logo that you see on the screen right beside our headquarters building in Jackson, Mississippi. But our 4 hallmarks, or the 4 ideals of what we stand for, are scholarship, leadership, fellowship, and service. Very shortly, I'm also going to bring Anna into this discussion to talk about how she sees Phi Theta Kappa from where she stands at the 4-year college and why that university, Arizona State University, is choosing to invest in our students. So hopefully between Khalil and Anna, we'll bring some interesting perspective from the 2-year and the 4-year side of why it's important to consider this opportunity to be an active member. Eligibility, again, I'll quickly fly through this because most of you probably already know this or may have investigated this online, but just in case you haven't or you want to clear up any misconceptions, the reason you're being invited to join Phi Theta Kappa or to accept membership, as we like to call it, is because you have achieved at a very high level at your 2-year college or in your 2-year program or certificate program. You've earned 12 credits or more. You've earned a 3.5 GPA on those credits. And we do have a little asterisk because we have a little variability in the GPA that's required for eligibility at various chapters across the country. Please understand we have about 1,300 chapters, so we do want to serve and support the actual campus, and we allow them a little leniency in choosing their GPA requirements. Also, we have students always asking about, will I be kicked out of Phi Theta Kappa if I don't keep my 3.5? The answer is no. There is a separate maintenance GPA that your chapter likely will have that differs from an eligibility GPA. So much like keeping a scholarship, I'm sure Anna can talk to you about this as well, as far as keeping your scholarships once you transfer to ASU. But you will have a separate maintenance GPA that's usually a little lower, just to help represent the fact that your classes are getting more difficult, you're getting more busy. As the classes get more challenging, we certainly understand that you may be taking chemistry, biology, and physics at the same time at some point, and that will be a little more difficult than it may have been to take English and math and some of those entry-level courses. So that's how you are eligible, or why you received this mysterious invitation in the first place. I see we have some things going on in the chat box, and Ariel is providing some very helpful links as I'm speaking. So I'm about to turn this over, so if you're getting tired of hearing me talk, fear no more. I'm about to turn this over. I just want to go through one more little slide to show you the lay of the land. We have people on this call joining us from all different states. The panelists that we have someone from Mississippi, we have someone from Arizona. All of us at headquarters are based in Mississippi as well, Louisiana, Mississippi, Louisiana region. But as people that are joining us today as participants, we know that you are from all of the different states out there, possibly representing 14 different states if we have 14 different people on the call right now. And we have, as an international honor society, we support all 50 states, as well as we're found in 9 different nations. So those states and those nations are represented for you here graphically on the map. And we just wanted to give you an idea of the fact that we are everywhere. We have 1,300 chapters worldwide. And that makes it really exciting when we get to talk about these regional and international events that we offer through Phi Theta Kappa as part of our membership benefits. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Khalil. I've done enough talking, and he is the most interesting, one of the 2 most interesting folks on the call today, between our student and our 4-year recruiter. So Khalil, you want to talk a little bit about what you see on the screen here? For all of you who may not be looking at a screen, we have a society structure in front of you to show you the different positions available at the local, regional, and international level. So I'd just like Khalil to jump in and talk about whatever you see on this slide that looks like something you are knowledgeable about.
Okay, so as she said, my name is Khalil Markham, and I'm here to talk about the structures of the opportunities for leadership in this organization. I remember this time last year I was running for international office, and that myself was interesting and fun. And through that level, you have the chance to possibly run for international president, and then underneath them you have the international vice presidents. Depending on your division, you get to run for those. And underneath there, you have your regional officer opportunities from president all the way down to, I believe, historian. And that's a great way to connect within your region, whether it's, for example, the Mississippi, Louisiana region, the Middle States region, New England region, just a way to connect with the other chapters and other members who are seeking opportunities, whether it's in the 4 hallmarks or just ways to stay connected and involved in your organization. And then you come down to your campus level, which would be your local officer opportunities, so president, vice president, secretary, public relations officer, reporter, treasurer, just ways to really enhance who you are, to grow who you are, and in a way to kind of grow your brand and understand that there are so many opportunities that you can do, whether it's starting out at the campus level, whether it's starting out at the regional level, and really each opportunity is a way to really push yourself out of your comfort zone and just to stay connected and really embody what this organization has to offer and what it can do for the prospective students, for the future students, and that's about sums it up for me. And I can definitely say it can, for myself, my experience has been one of a kind, really connecting with people, really showing them that this organization has a place for you, that in a way we are a forever growing family. But because of that, you're able to really share with others about what Phi Theta Kappa has to offer, what Phi Theta Kappa means to you, and the experience that you have that hopefully can bring new people in so they can begin to see it and hopefully find their spot or place within this organization and within the family.
Thanks so much for your perspective, Khalil. And I know that we chatted quickly before the call, and you mentioned that you also ran for international office. Is that correct, last year?
Yes, ma'am.
And so just to let everyone know, Khalil was willing to stand up in front of about 4,000 strangers and talk on the spot and answer questions. It's a very difficult thing, and I commend you for putting yourself out there as one of the few students each year that decide to take on that opportunity. And Anna, I don't know if you've had a chance to come to our international convention and witness what I'm talking about exactly, but I know that you're on the receiving end of getting some of our wonderful transfer students who are Phi Theta Kappa members And just as you kind of look and reflect on these positions and opportunities for leadership, do you have any insight on why a member should really be active in Phi Theta Kappa and seek out leadership roles, just in how it might impact their four-year career?
Off by saying that ASU would be honored to have the Phi Theta Kappa's students apply and consider Arizona State University. As you may be aware of, ASU is really values leaders from the get-go when it comes to applying to ASU, being active at Arizona State University. And we find that these students in particular are leaders at our university. So we do have a lot of opportunities available, service opportunities, internships, and we also offer scholarships as well. We do have a $2,000 scholarship. We have a New American Scholarship and a transfer scholarship that students can be eligible for. So we do offer several opportunities for students to secure some scholarships based on their GPA and their interest level at Arizona State University. And also in particular, when they apply to a specific major, they're able to also apply for a scholarship in that major as well. I do want to emphasize our Barrett Honors College, which is a absolute phenomenal opportunity for students to be a part of. And the Honors College will allow you to have additional opportunities and internships that may not be available otherwise to students that are not a part of the Honors College. So, you know, like I said, we do really would love the opportunity to meet and accept applications from Phi Theta Kappa students. So I don't know if anybody has any specific questions regarding how ASU supports these efforts.
Thank you for shedding light on that, Anna. I think that's tremendously helpful advice just in general for our transfer-bound students, so they know it's not as scary as it may seem to reach out. And as you mentioned, it's very important to demonstrate interest in the school that you want to attend. So I think you have a connection here if anyone is interested in Arizona State University or just getting some questions answered from Anna. I think she would be tremendously helpful in highlighting the opportunities available at her institution, and that will help you really become a better consumer of knowledge so that you're prepared to enter the four-year school and you know the right questions to ask. But it's very important that you connect with your admissions counselor early on, because they might help you with choosing your coursework that will enable you to transfer more smoothly. Hopefully get those scholarships, those stackable scholarships, as Anna talked about, in your major as well as in general admission for your transfer. Thank you so much for being here, Anna, for talking through that. And we'll definitely come back to you in a moment with some more scholarship questions. And
I do also want to mention with ASU, we are a research-based university. And one thing that I really emphasize with all my transfer students, especially with students that are high achieving, more likely they're going to want to go on to graduate school or a PhD. ASU does offer research opportunities for undergraduate students, and that's a huge differential from other universities. So let's say a student is applying to grad school or a PhD program. Typically in those situations, they'll want a published evidence of a published article or research. We at ASU, we will allow that opportunity so undergrad students can have some sort of published material if they're interested, or anything in that nature, so they can be competitive at the graduate level and PhD level.
That's an amazing opportunity to do undergraduate research, and that is definitely not something you find everywhere. So there is a great question that you've already gleaned from Anna today and her guidance for all of you transfer-bound students. Make sure you ask about undergraduate research opportunities. And through Phi Theta Kappa, I think that that's a parallel to some of the things that we are doing programming-wise with our chapter involvement. We have opportunities for completing projects that are called the competitive edge, as well as our chapter. We also have our entrepreneur action, as well as our college projects. Those are kind of special terms that are Phi Theta Kappa specific terms. But once you get involved, these are opportunities for critical thinking and research and really develop and design your own projects. Our students have the opportunity to meet with their college administrators, for example, and sit down face to face to come up with a grant or a project that they can do with their college administration blessing and authority, so that they can make sure they're doing something to serve and support the campus. Khalil, do you want to mention any of these chapter involvement opportunities that you see in front of you, or anything else about college project or honors in action that sounds relevant to our discussion?
Definitely. So I'm going to start out with the Competitive Edge program. I will definitely say I would not push, but I would definitely recommend to try the program out. It is an amazing experience to really understand the qualities or the skills that will make you stand out in the workforce, in the market, and to really have that knowledge or the information or the skills to really apply to the real world, to make that kind of real world connection, and to really help you further your personal brand and understand how, I guess, the real world works and how it can help you push to new elements. The new member orientation is a great thing, I would say, to anyone, to really get new people to know what Phi Theta Kappa is, and the opportunities and the scholarships and the different activities that you can do for yourself, that you can implement in your school, or to really just brainstorm and create the new projects or programs that you want to implement at your college, that it's kind of like a new stepping stone to further the mission of Phi Theta Kappa, and to really make it your own at your campus or at your college. And definitely try to connect with the administration for college projects, honors in action, just to get feedback and show they can know a face to a name, so you can kind of be that a liaison between the general student population and the higher administration, and to really hopefully connect, intertwine, and grow your Phi Theta Kappa members, yourself, and to really show that, hey, Phi Theta Kappa chapter members and officers are here to make a difference, not only in the students' lives, but also in the administration and hopefully in the organization as well. So definitely check out the involvement opportunities. And I can say for myself, I've enjoyed being a part of the Honors in Action team, college project, Competitive Edge, because they all have pushed me and shown a different aspect of who I am to myself, to my advisors and officer teams, and hopefully to prospective and future members. Thank you.
Well done, Khalil. You are you know everything. You've only been in Phi Theta Kappa for what, a year and a half now or so? 2 years?
2 years now.
2 years? Okay, that's pretty impressive that you've unearthed all of these resources so quickly. Sometimes people get done and they come back and say, can I still do Competitive Edge? I've already graduated and I'm trying to get into graduate school. So the answer is yes, by the way. Anyone, an alum, an advisor, all of you that are Phi Theta Kappa, part of our family, you can all participate in Competitive Edge, even beyond your 4-year, your master's degree if you'd like. Sarah, before we leave this slide, we do have the College Fish logo up, and I would like to hear from you as our College Fish expert. Could you illustrate what this profile is all about and maybe give an example using Arizona State University as one of our partners in excellence?
Hi, yes, absolutely. College Fish is a program that's operated and powered by Phi Theta Kappa. It is free to all students to access anytime, day or night. And we do encourage you to complete your profile on College Fish. We ask you lots of questions about who you are and what you may be looking for in a 4-year institution. So if you are planning to transfer on beyond the community college and to pursue a 4-year degree, perhaps you're not really familiar with all of the 4-year colleges that may be an option for you based upon what your field of study may be. Maybe you are looking for transfer scholarship opportunities. All of that can be obtained through collegefish.org. So it's basically just like a one-stop shop for you. So instead of having to go online and go to various 4-year college websites to get all the information that you may be looking for, College Fish will allow you to do that with just one profile, which again is based upon the responses that you provide, what you may be looking for in a 4-year college or university. So once you've completed that profile, College Fish actually has a matching component. So it will match you to four-year colleges and universities that may be a good fit for you. It does the same thing with scholarship opportunities. So it will also match you with scholarships that you may be eligible to apply for. So again, based upon those responses, College Fish will not only recommend four-year colleges and scholarships to you, but you also have the ability to search for different four-year colleges that you're looking for. Maybe you know that you want to transfer to a four-year school within a particular state or region. You can actually search for colleges on your own. You can do the same thing with scholarships as well. And then it also helps you through the transfer process. So again, maybe you're not familiar with what that transfer process looks like or when to begin taking the necessary steps to transfer successfully. So based upon your profile and when you're planning to transfer to the four-year school, it will also create a timeline or to-do list for you that, again, just helps you stay on track. So there are numerous benefits and features to College Fish that I think you would find very helpful in the transfer process. So I would definitely encourage you to explore College Fish if you haven't already. And again, it's entirely free for you to use. So I would highly recommend it. Heather?
Thank you, Sarah. And if that spawns any questions about College Fish or how to find a four-year match or scholarship match, please ask away. We have some experts on the line with us, and take advantage while you can. But we definitely have a couple of great questions that have come in, and I've marked both of these to answer because they're similar questions. One part of it I'd like to ask Khalil's help on, but we do have some students asking questions that I think I need to clear up for the eligibility purposes here. Once you join Phi Theta Kappa, once you accept membership, you're a member for life. So you're not going to be asked to pay semester dues, or, you know, as a student, you're often hit with that fee bill semester after semester, and you kind of get used to paying fees every time. So you don't have to do that. It's a one-time lifetime membership fee. And once you become a Phi Theta Kappa member, you're part of our family for life. So even once you complete your two-year degree or your certificate, or even if you just take courses at your two-year college and then transfer to a four-year even before you complete, you're still considered a Phi Theta Kappa family member, a Phi Theta Kappa student. And we want you to take that on with pride, no matter which direction you go, whether it's straight to the workforce, straight to a four-year college, onto a master's program. However you go about your education and your degree and your career, we want you to also know that you're still part of the Phi Theta Kappa family. So to clear up any confusion, if you can still be an active member, even if you leave your two-year college, I would encourage you to stay in touch with your chapter advisor and to ask if there are any regional alumni associations that you may be able to join. If you choose to go on to a four-year college, ask your four-year college if they have a alumni association for Phi Theta Kappa on the four-year campus. So it is a little bit of a distinction between being an active member in pursuit of that two-year degree, or if you are an alum who is a person who has moved on to that four-year college, or who has graduated or transferred or gone to the workforce, you're not actively taking coursework anymore on that two-year campus. So Khalil, do you want to share some exciting news about your future plans and what they have in hold for you over at Mississippi State University?
Definitely. So as Ms. Heather said, will be transferring to Mississippi State after the semester. I'm graduating in less than 3 weeks. So I'll be graduating, transferring to Mississippi State University to continue with the computer engineering program, and hopefully just to get more involved that they have on campus. And I think one thing that kind of drew me into wanting to stay connected as an alumni was just the opportunity to give back, especially the organization that has done providing scholarships to even opportunities to be awarded different accolades or achievements. So for example, I applied during the fall and was elected to be a part of the academic team, and you get this during an award ceremony at your state held level. And through programs like this, you're able to get scholarships from your four institutions that do recognize Phi Theta Kappa and that do award people who have kind of gone extra, so to speak. And the one way I found out, along with going to the organization fair that had orientation last week for PTK orientation, was going on the website and just looking up alumni association, and it pulled up the list of alumni associations that I was interested in doing, interested in schools, and finally narrowed it down to Mississippi State University. So I'm just thankful that I can still be a part of the family still, and give back overall for all that this organization has done for me.
Thank you, Khalil, and you've earned it. You know, we haven't done as much for you as you've done for us to be a great role model and set an exemplary of our mission and our 4 hallmarks that we stand for. So we know you'll go on and be a bulldog here soon, and you'll be able to take that with you and continue to work hard and pursuit of excellence in all 4 of those areas. So congratulations, first of all, on making your big decision, and good luck in the engineering field.
Thank you so much.
Of course, of course. Anna, I think I'd like to ask you about some of the things Khalil just spoke to about being an alumni on campus. Could you maybe talk a little bit about what it would be like to be a former Phi Beta Kappa student who is now transferring to the big, scary 4-year university? And what could that Phi Theta Kappa network mean to those students who are coming to your campus?
Definitely. What that will bring is, again, as we have found the students that our leaders that are coming have opportunities at Arizona State. Students to consider Barrett, the honors college, again, because again, that would be an opportunity for you not only to have more opportunities with internships and be involved in research, but additionally, the community is a lot smaller, and you have the opportunity to have more, you'll be able to have a tighter network with other individuals that are on a similar path or mindset or career goal. And that with having the involvement with the honor college students are able to, again, apply for additional scholarships and be able to college. Arizona State University School, our College of Health Solutions. We have networks within each of those colleges, and again, students are able to really get involved in that area and the specific majors that they are choosing.
That's great. So I get the idea that it's going to feel a lot more like that 2-year campus once you actually get into your major and start getting involved in honors college and some of your specialties. It's kind of like subsections of subsections, and you get into a much tighter network. So I think that sounds very comfortable for our members. That's probably what they love about Phi Theta Kappa and what they're looking for at their next stop.
And I also want to mention too, one of the things that I get asked often is, you know, ASU is so large, am I going to be lost in the crowd? One of the things that we do highly value is that we don't feel like students are feeling lost. We have a lot of resources and within each of the colleges, so students do typically find their niche or where they want to be involved in. And again, we are very student, we support the initiatives that students want to consider. Let's say they want to do some sort of leadership project or maybe a particular internship, even study abroad. Do we have internships internationally? We really want to focus on what students would like to do. And again, we have the resources to back that up and support their initiatives. So definitely does not, even though it's a large school, we have the capacity resources to make sure that students don't feel like they're lost.
That's very helpful. I appreciate your perspective on that. And I know a lot of our students are probably definitely wondering who are on this call. Is it going to be too big, and should I only look at small schools? But The resources and opportunities at larger schools often tend to make students feel just as comfortable as being on a school's campus that might have 1,000 students. So that's definitely a great perspective, and I thank you for that, Hannah. Also, I wanted to mention with this slide, as I transition over to recognition here, we do have a lot of recognition that we provide for students. It's kind of the first part of our mission, if you remember back to our mission statement about recognizing your academic achievement. In addition to medals and things like you see on the screen and around Khalil's neck, we also have a membership pin that we send to you upon accepting membership to Phi Theta Kappa with your certificate. And we get asked questions a lot of the time about, where do I wear this pin? Well, that's up to you. Once it's yours, but we certainly hope that if you go into an interview situation or internship interview, as Anna mentioned, we want you to wear these pins and wear them with pride, because they really stand for our history and our heritage as an honor society and as something that you're now part of. Even if you don't feel like you're ready to jump into an officer role, maybe you're not ready to get on the big stage with 4,000 people like Khalil did, that's okay. You don't have to be an officer. In fact, there are no minimum requirements for Phi Theta Kappa. You can be as active or as inactive as you would like, but we do hope that you'll maximize your membership and take advantage of the opportunities at all levels, so that you will be appealing to the career providers and the admissions and scholarship providers out there at your next stop. But I did want to mention, even if you're a member and you just want to be an active member, don't sell yourself short, because you are going to be an ambassador and a recruiter for Phi Theta Kappa. You can work behind the scenes on social media or on Facebook or on a website if you feel comfortable designing those types of things. So there are plenty of opportunities within the structure of Phi Theta Kappa for even the most introverted and shy person to find ways to get connected. So don't let this be an intimidating thing for you to think that everyone that came in was a leader the moment they accepted membership. That is probably not the case, and I'm not sure if Khalil felt that way when he started at Mississippi Gulf Coast, but I'm sure he knows some members who were a little more reserved and inhibited when they first came into the chapter. So it really is for everyone, and I just wanted to point that out, because you may not be the most outgoing version of you that you know yet. So that's completely fine. The last slide I'll show you here about recognition, I do want to point out we have very special regalia that stands out. And this is a student who is all decked out in their Phi Theta Kappa graduation regalia, prepared to walk at their ceremony like Khalil's getting ready to do just in a few short weeks. And so this is a stole and tassel as well as honor cords with our insignia on it, and the student will proudly represent Phi Theta Kappa. Khalil, do you want to talk a little bit about what you're planning to wear at your graduation, or will you be leading the procession? What will your situation be when you go to graduate? Do you know? Sorry about that. I unmuted you now.
No, you're good. You're good. As far as graduation, I will be wearing my Phi Theta Kappa stole, my academic team medal, along with my, I think, Phi Theta Kappa cords and other college organization cords. And when it comes to my part in it, I think what I will possibly be doing is just help students while I'm there, and then that's really all that, as I know of right now, that I'll be doing. But yeah, that's my part in graduation.
That's wonderful. Well, we hope that, even at the four-year school, I don't know if Mississippi State will let you do this or if Arizona State will either, but I always tell students to ask about wearing the regalia at the four-year college as well. So make sure you hold on to it and at least ask the question, because if you continue to contribute to Phi Theta Kappa and you feel strongly about your involvement and your engagement, we'd love for you to represent us in a couple more years when you get another one of those degrees as well. So good luck at graduation. That's going to be exciting and a moment to remember for sure. So we'll look forward to hearing all about that in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. You're
welcome. Thank you. So let's move on to scholarships. And I think I'll let Sarah and Anna take it away here and talk a little bit more about scholarships. As Anna mentioned earlier, we do have some very lucrative opportunities for Phi Theta Kappa members who are often considered the blue chip students on the two-year college campuses, which means they're the top prospects. So Sarah, if you want to start it off and maybe bring in Anna on some of these slides, just to talk about the scholarship opportunities we have at Phi Theta Kappa, as well as what's out there in the transfer world?
Thanks, Heather. Yes, I will say that in my work with the four-year colleges and universities, I have the opportunity to talk with admissions representatives every day from every kind of college, public and private, large and small. And with all the differences that these institutions have, there's one common thread, and that is that our Phi Theta Kappa students are in high demand. As Heather just mentioned, these are definitely the kinds of students that all four-year colleges and universities look to enroll on their college campuses, and I know that Anna would certainly agree with that as well. And so I always like to begin my conversations with students, like all of you who are participating this afternoon, to let you know that these four-year colleges and universities are really looking to connect with you. One of the ways, and one of the most popular ways that we do that in the College Relations Department at Phi Theta Kappa is through scholarship partnerships, because we know that paying for college is a high priority for all community college students and all students in general. So we definitely work very hard to create partnerships and opportunities to assist you in funding your educations. And so, as I mentioned when I introduced myself, I primarily work with those four-year colleges and universities to create transfer scholarships. So as the slide shows here, we have a little over 700 four-year colleges and universities from all over the country. We also have some international colleges as well who designate scholarships specifically for members of Phi Theta Kappa. So there are so many benefits to joining Phi Theta Kappa, which Heather and Khalil have done a great job telling you about those this afternoon. Scholarships is definitely one of those primary benefits to being a member, because again, we have a little over 700 colleges who use scholarships to recognize you and to reward you for all of the outstanding academic achievements that you've earned. But it reaches far beyond just you excelling in the classroom and the fact that these are the kinds of students who get involved on their college campuses and within their communities. So you're definitely the leaders that are getting things done within your college and within your community. And so these four-year schools want to recognize members for that. And so again, that's done through scholarship opportunities. And so annually, a little over $35 million in scholarships are awarded to Phi Theta Kappa students yearly at various four-year colleges and universities. They get to determine the eligibility criteria for those scholarships. So if you've done some looking around on different college websites already, you may have seen that all four-year colleges offer different amounts in scholarships, and they have different eligibility requirements. And again, I'd like to refer you back to College Fish, because you can learn all of the great information there with regard to what the different requirements are for those scholarship opportunities. Some scholarships for Phi Theta Kappa students are competitive. So, you know, as Heather was showing you that slide before about the different ways you can become involved with Phi Theta Kappa, and she even pointed out that you can be just as active as you want to be. That's up to you. But, you know, I do encourage you to really jump out there with both feet and become just as involved as you can be in taking advantage of these opportunities, because not only is it going to build you as a leader and build you personally and professionally, but it's also going to help you stand out among all of those other students who may also be applying for these same Phi Theta Kappa scholarships and other stackable transfer awards as well. So that's just a little bit about the four-year college and university scholarship opportunities. Again, you would apply directly to the four-year college for their Phi Theta Kappa scholarship. They fund and administer those awards. So there's not an application process that happens with us here at Phi Theta Kappa headquarters, but it's directly with the four-year college that you're looking to attend. Aside from those four-year college scholarships, Phi Theta Kappa does work in connection with other organizations to help fund and administer other scholarships too. And Ariel has done a great job with sharing links with you in the chat box, so she's probably already done that as well. But I would refer you to the scholarships portion of the PTK.org website to learn more about all of the different scholarship opportunities that are available to you that are funded or administered through Phi Theta Kappa directly. And that's a great resource for you, and it shares more information about the different application deadlines. And you can even take a quiz to actually see if you're eligible for these scholarships as well. So that can also be really helpful before you dive in that application process to make sure that you're eligible to compete and to apply for those. But Anna, I know I'll turn it over to you now, because I know you have some great information that you'd probably like to share about scholarship opportunities as well.
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, we do, like I mentioned, ASU really values and would be honored to have any Phi Theta Kappa student apply to the university. So we do offer a scholarship. And as Sarah mentioned, this is one of the many scholarship opportunities that you can take advantage of. Our scholarship is a $2,000 scholarship. And then we also offer other scholarships as well, our New American Scholarship, as well as our transfer scholarship. Unfortunately, those transfer scholarships are not stackable. However, what I do want to encourage, now that's just for Arizona State University. So the additional scholarships that you get from an organization such as Phi Theta Kappa, those would be separate, but what I'm referring to is student scholarships that you would get. We also offer scholarships through the, you can see this at asu.edu, and if you want me to send that over, or it's really easy to get to, but it's the scholarship portal that we house all of our scholarships. So this is a separate portal where, in addition to the 3 that I mentioned, there are hundreds of other scholarships that ASU offers through the specific college. And for example, if you're an engineering student, there's hundreds of scholarships for engineering students, nursing, business, etc. All these are found in our scholarship portal. And I'd be happy to share that link if you would like me to. I can email that over so you can get more information on that. But like I said, we do really want to award our Phi Theta Kappa students with as much as finance as we can, and in doing something at Arizona State University that may require some funding. Again, because we're a large university, we typically do have opportunities for you to maybe, if you're initiating something, for example, and working with a faculty member, those at a larger university. So an example I just want to bring up is like studying abroad as well. We have students that may have an opportunity to study abroad, however, because of the fact that they abroad as well.
Anna, I did want to ask, if a student wants to apply to ASU, do they have to send in a transcript from their 2-year college that shows their Phi Theta Kappa membership on the transcript, or will you be willing to verify with headquarters or get a copy of their certificate? Do you have any advice for students about how they can tell you or show you they're a member?
Yes, so when they are applying, we are requesting all of the transcripts to be sent directly from the college to ASU. If they're applying for this scholarship, they would certainly need to verify and send their certificate. In addition, when they're applying, they can also list that they are a member. So we definitely want to get that information to the applicants so we can see exactly an applicant that we certainly want to take a really good look at.
Thank you very much. That differs at every institution, but it sounds like Arizona State has made it quite simple by including it on their application so that you don't forget to mention that you're a Phi Theta Kappa member but always call the admissions office or send in your membership certificate. Most universities are happy to make any additions or put some notes on your application if you happen to have forgotten. We certainly don't want you to miss out on a scholarship as valuable as what they're offering at ASU just because you forgot to mention you're a Phi Theta Kappa member. So definitely stay on top of your deadlines and communicate with folks like Anna in the admissions office so that you can get the best situation financially. I think we'll move on to our next slide real quick just to make sure we wrap up and have time for some great questions that are coming in. There's a lot going on in the chat box, so make sure you're taking a look. And we have Arizona State Scholarship Portal included in the chat box now. And just talking a little bit more about involvement, if we haven't convinced you enough yet that you need to be an active member if you decide to join, because you will be in a competitive world where whether it's admissions or scholarships, you're really going to have to stand out. Even if you're going straight into the workforce, it's best to take advantage of all the opportunities we put in front of you in the first 2 years of your college education so that you can go into the workforce with those interview skills and those soft skills that you need to really build relationships and connections. So some of the things we offer that help you do this beyond just what's happening on your local campus, we have what we call regional as well as international events and opportunities. So as you'll read on the screen, I don't need to read all of this to you, but there are several opportunities to become a regional officer, to attend conferences that are in your region. For example, Khalil's in the Mississippi, Louisiana region. So perhaps he gets to take a trip down to Louisiana and come enjoy our culture for a little while on a weekend and go to a professional conference where he may get to present or be involved in some capacity with the programming, as well as learning a lot of skills himself. So that might be an interesting thing for someone who has never really left their local community to really start expanding their horizons and get some travel under their belt as well. And then the International Convention is one of our 2 international events that we really like to discuss throughout the year because it's such a big deal. And we hope that your chapter, if you're part of one right now, is already starting to fundraise and think about their future travel plans here. But we did just have our 99th annual convention. So that means we're preparing for number 100, our centennial in St. Louis, in Kansas City, which is going to be in Missouri, which is where it all began. Our roots go back to Missouri, where we started with just 6 members. Yes, that's 6 in 1918, and we're up to 3.25 million members for the lifetime of Phi Theta Kappa. And we also have what we call Honors Institute, and that is another international event that we invite you to consider or explore. You can find that on our website, and we'll be in Chicago, Illinois for that opportunity coming up in just a couple short months from now in June. So both of these are very distinct events, and one will really help you dive deeply into our honors study topic. As Khalil mentioned, he's part of his Honors in Action team, so I'm hoping we're going to see him in Chicago, if not some of his team members who may be a little younger and not about to graduate. So we'll have plenty of representation from all over the country at Honors Institute with about 500 people. And then International Convention, it has about 4,000 people. So it's a little more jam-packed and interactive and lively throughout a very quick weekend of learning through educational forums, guest speakers, plenty of programming and opportunities for you to develop as a leader, a scholar, and part of your fellowship and service teams as well. We also want to promote the largest college fair in the nation takes place at our International Convention, which Sarah has the wonderful joy of organizing every year and getting over 100 colleges to commit to coming to one place at one time. So they all descended on Nashville, Tennessee a few weeks ago, and now hopefully they'll be packing their bags for Kansas City, Missouri for next year. But if you go to the International Convention, or PTK Catalyst we call it, we hope you will prepare to connect with all of these 100 plus 4-year colleges that are in one room at one time. It's really an incredible event and an opportunity that's pretty unlike anything that you'll see anywhere else. Where else can you go in one room and have 100 people trying to recruit you and talk to you about scholarship opportunities? So it's a pretty special event. And we certainly hope to see Arizona State there next year if that's in an area where they might be able to recruit some wonderful Phi Theta Kappa members. But as far as Sarah mentioned earlier, College Fish is open 24/7. So if you're wanting to connect with recruiters and start that research process, it would be really amazing for you to start that process now and then actually get to meet some of those folks face to face when we go to Kansas City next year. So Sarah or Khalil, Anna, I don't know if you have anything else to mention about any of these events or the importance of attending the events, participating, but anything that you have to shed some more light on these opportunities and bring them to life for these prospective members, I'd appreciate hearing from any of you.
I definitely can say that going to international conference, interacting with people that are next door neighbors in terms of states, from different parts of the country and different parts of the world, it's a great chance to grow, to develop, to become more involved, and to kind of find out more about your family that you may or may not know of. It's a great chance to grow. It's a great chance to learn new material and hopefully bring back to your campus, so that way you can further continue the mission of Phi Theta Kappa, but at the same time, further grow and develop yourself and your members to be a better version of themselves. So definitely, if you have the chance to, I would definitely say be a part of it. Try your best to get there and enjoy the experience, because I can tell you that's my first time being there last year in DC. I was, I don't know, I kind of felt like I was surrounded by like everyone that I didn't know them, but I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone I know, like people that are here. It's just like I feel so connected with them, and I'd only been there for about, I started out like campaigning and doing everything, but I just felt so much love and so much passion and so much unity with everyone there. So definitely be a part of it. Definitely try to go to Honors Institute. Definitely try to go to your regional and also your international conventions as well. Thank you.
That's some great advice, Khalil. And one thing that I just wanted to share with all of you who are participating this afternoon, who are considering membership in Phi Theta Kappa, one of the first links that Ariel kindly posted in the chat box was a link to find your chapter advisor. And if you haven't already taken a look at that, or if you're not sure who your chapter advisor is on your college campus, I would really encourage you to check that out. That chapter advisor could just be a really, really great resource for you, and talking with them about what does Phi Theta Kappa look like on your campus, because we've given you lots of great information about what it is, you know, at the big level, but I think it would be really helpful for you, you know, actually, you know, meeting face to face with that chapter advisor on your college campus to really talk about where you fit at your local chapter level. So just definitely consider taking advantage of that opportunity if you haven't already.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I did fail to mention that earlier when I mentioned 1,300 chapters. We have just as many advisors, and actually we have over 3,000 advisors, because many chapters have 2 or 3 faculty or staff. And many times they tell us it's the most rewarding part of their job on the college campus is to be considered a member or a advisor for the Phi Theta Kappa chapter. So these folks want to hear from you. You're the bright spot in their day. They're going to really make time for you and want to hear from you, whether it's over email or face-to-face. So yes, use the link, definitely. That was a good tip from Ariel and from Sarah. So thank you for adding that. And I think my last slide is my contact information, although I'll certainly give the floor over if anyone wants to give any closing words or last comments here as we wrap up the 4 o'clock hour. But I really appreciate everyone for making time for us, including our panelists here today.
Heather? I wanted to mention real quick, regarding College Fish, I want to encourage all the students to really log on to College Fish, because we do post all our events for high achieving students, and we also have a Phi Theta Kappa dessert reception and resource fair in the fall, and that would be a great, the events that we're doing. So I wanted to encourage students to log on to that. One last thing I wanted to mention regarding when you apply to ASU, please let your advisor, everybody has the transfer specialist and advisor, and please let them know that you are a member, because we certainly will make sure that that is.
Thank you, Anna. We were having a little trouble hearing you at the end, but I just want to reiterate what she was saying about the transfer specialist that's assigned to different regions of the country. And that person is who you can connect with to get your application and your process started to become a ASU student. So you cut out a little bit. I hope that captured pretty much what you were saying at the tail end of that comment.
I think did you meant hear about the college fish, about students making sure that they should log on and be active in college fish, because we post our events for high achieving students, and particularly a dessert edition.
That's great to hear.
Did you catch that? I don't know if anyone could hear me.
Yes, that we got the special event that you're offering for transfer students and for Phi Theta Kappa members. And another tip with College Fish, there is a calendar on there, so you can add, once you have Arizona State in your fish bowl, which is your top 10 list, you can also find them on the calendar, and that will make sure that you have updates coming to you, just to make sure you stay on task and aware of all of the events that are being offered by your top choice schools. So that's a great feature, and I appreciate that Anna knows about that, because it's really important for our members, especially those who may be first generation students and not really have anyone guiding them through the process, that might not have been there and done that themselves. So we try to make it easy for you in College Fish. So if you're a little lost or intimidated, go to College Fish and you should feel a lot more knowledgeable once you start exploring the resources available. All right, well, we're a little past our 4 o'clock hour, and I do appreciate Anna Hummel joining us from Arizona State University, one of our scholarship partners and the partners in excellence, we like to refer to them. And Sarah Reynolds, also from headquarters staff, as well as Ariel Charbonnet for managing our chat box seamlessly throughout the hour. And Khalil Markham, our student member, who's about to graduate and move on from Mississippi Gulf Coast to Mississippi State University. Congratulations, and enjoy the engineering field, and good luck with calculus.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you don't need it at this point. You probably already got that under your belt. But again, my name is Heather Schmidt, and I just want to show you my membership, or my contact information here in membership services. If you wish to reach me about anything at all, I'm happy to send you this PowerPoint or the recording. And we can also make sure we get you any other resources that you might have questions about, or get you connected over with Anna at ASU. So again, thanks for your time, everyone. I really appreciate you making the time for us and showing us that initiative that we like to see of all of our Phi Theta Kappa members, doing things not because they have to or because they're getting a grade for it, but because they want to be better people and better professionals. So thank you so much. I see some things popping up in the chat box. Just thank yous all around. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much.